The first invasion of Russia since World War II continues as Russia redeploys troops. Our advance in Kursk is going well today. We are reaching our strategic goal. The exchange fund for our state has also been significantly replenished, President Zelensky said in an address to the nation. The objectives of this invasion have been slowly revealed. The captured land can be used in negotiations with Russia to reduce the amount of Ukrainian land that would have to be ceded to Russia in return for a ceasefire and peace deal. However, a cursory glance at a map shows Kursk is north of the area that Russia is pushing forward into. The Kursk invasion is unlikely to provide much of a practical buffer for Ukraine. It might slow down the Russian forward push further south as Russia redeploys troops, but even this would only be temporary. It's doubtful Ukraine even has the capability, troops and supply lines to hold the territory. If Ukraine's attack can severely damage the Russian supply line inside Russia, then perhaps it can be more than just a PR stunt. The World Health Organization has declared a global health emergency as a deadly new strain of Mpox is spreading through parts of Africa. This is the second time in just over 2 years that the WHO has declared Mpox, previously known as monkeypox, to be a global emergency. The WHO issued its first declaration over Mpox in July 2022 after the disease had spread to over 70 countries. The vast majority of current cases are in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where more than 14,000 cases and 524 deaths have been reported so far this year. There still remains a debate over whether the Mpox resurgence is mostly due to the virus mutating or because it's spreading to more groups via sexual transmission. The real fear is the current outbreak could intensify if authorities can't get enough of the vaccines through what's a pretty fragile public health infrastructure. Protests against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro continue, with many disputing the electoral result. Since declaring victory after the July 28th elections, Maduro's government has arrested hundreds of protesters, raising concerns about human rights abuses as the opposition continues to say its candidate won by a wide margin. The White House has said Edmundo Gonzalez is the winner, but has not formally recognized him as Venezuela's president, as the Trump administration did with former opposition leader Juan Guaido in 2019. Maduro maintains he won fairly and that outside countries are trying to oust him. Nearly 8 million Venezuelans have left their country in the last decade as democratic institutions and the economy have cratered, causing food and medicine shortages. Many have gone to nearby Latin American countries like Colombia, but thousands have made the trek north and now live in the US, with a majority residing in South Florida. It's unclear how Maduro's government will survive if the protests continue to grow. With the situation already dire in Venezuela, regional nations may be forced to intervene.